So Donald Trump is still making deals. He's trying to work an actual ceasefire with Iran and Israel, an actual ceasefire with Hamas and Israel, an actual ceasefire with Russia and Ukraine, and dealing with tariffs from every nation, literally every nation around the world that he levied on them, except for Canada. Canada apparently is done, and part of what Canada being done is something they're doing to the world and us come Monday. The new digital service tax, or DST, will take effect on Monday. A 3% levy applies to digital services and revenue from Canadian users, including ads, social media, marketplaces, and data licensing. It's going to affect large firms. The stats I have here say it's firms that do over 750 euros millions globally in revenue and about 20 million in Canadian dollars at least. And it's retroactive to 2022. So back taxes, if you will. Now, Donald Trump has called this DST a direct and blatant attack, immediately suspended all trade negotiations with Canada. Like I said, everyone but Canada is in some sort of negotiation with Trump. He warned of new U.S. tariffs being announced with the new week because of this tax coming in on Monday. And the move is reversing the recent diplomatic efforts. Essentially, all the work done at the G7 summit and beforehand with the new prime minister is now basically in the wash. Industry groups, including the Computer and Communications Industry Association, warn U.S. tech companies could face $900 million to $3 billion in taxes and suffer job cuts, mostly because of the loss of revenue. Canada expects to raise about $7.2 billion Canadian over 5 years from this DST. U.S. officials argue that it breaks trade agreements. We will see which agreements get broken in the process. Ottawa insists it will proceed. It's going to happen. The Parliament passed the law in June of 2024, and there's no reason for them to pull it back. The Finance Minister and PM reaffirmed its economic roots and the national benefit for them. Canadian business groups warned it could hurt consumption and business relationships with U.S., which it probably will, and fairly quickly, it looks like. Now, these tax rules modernize what's going on in their tax code for Canada and works for the now digital grants that are paid there and makes them fairly rated for Canadians. So it should make money better for digital things for Canadians. Of course, makes everybody mad, including the U.S., which is already mad at Canada for other reasons. Some of them hard to explain, but they are. It risks the U.S. being the biggest retaliator with tariffs and raising the cost of Canadian consumers going forward there. You know, the whole beer thing again, and the wider clash between the trade wars and global tech around the world. If this tax becomes a bigger issue for everyone, not just as big as it looks like it's going to seem for the U.S. It's happening. Unless something magic happens over the weekend, on Monday we'll have this new tax in effect, and we will see the rates for data coming through Canada go up for all of us, and the backlash from the U.S. should be fairly quick. Trump already froze trade talks and threatening some more tariffs going forward. He's basically said he wrapped up all the talks for the tariffs that should go into effect in a couple of weeks anyway, except for Canada, which is now back on the hard line, short stick, whatever comparison you want to do to what's going on there. As trade relations and relations in general seem to get better, the heat was softening between the two nations. Apparently Canada is throwing more flame into the fire.